Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm B-Well Jones. This is Transport Fever 2. Very hard, brutal, whatever you want to call it, challenge, because this is hard. This is hard stuff. I played a lot since the last episode, and I learned a lot, and you probably want to hear what I have to say. First, you probably see I have some money now. Yeah, just a little bit of money. But we're not making a lot. But the thing is, we are making enough. And, well, there also are some drips here sometimes. The first thing that we learned, and only one of you pointed this out, there have been a lot of comments criticizing the way I play in different levels, different schemes, but there was only one that was really accurate. Do you remember the truck line that we set up last time? The truck line was somewhere here? Oh yeah, it was actually right here. It was from the New Ark coal mine to the steel mill that was right here. Yeah, that went away. But with the new settings, with the new update, you now get to, well, replace industries. Now, industries get replaced when the production stays zero for a certain amount of time. You do get a warning. You can probably find one here somewhere. Maybe not. You do get a warning and a little time on top of it, and once you... There's one. The steel mill is about to disappear. Because we haven't actually produced anything, and that also means we haven't shipped anything, and all of that stuff just means stuff closes down. Doesn't matter if you deliver anything to it. I had two more happen like that. One was right over here. That was a really nice train route that I set up for this coal mine and another steel mill over here. Yeah, again, same thing. Doesn't work. So you can still make a lot of money, but you cannot just let the game run forever to make money, and I think that's a pretty cool feature. And again, only one comment pointed that out, and I'm kind of disappointed by that, because there are a lot of other comments that really worked in the old hard mode, but with the very hard mode, it's not enough to just do a little better. You need bigger, you need much bigger things to make the money in this game, in this play mode. The biggest one is trains. Use your trains wisely. And the early trains where we are right now, we're in 1887. I'm not sure if I'm going to let it run forward right now, but the early trains are not very good at super long distances. You can make it work if you have enough money to fill up the frequency and the capacity of that line. Otherwise, stick to a quick, short, and dirty run that you can set up with one train line, and then you should make money. This train line generally makes... every 4 years, it makes, what is it, 200,000, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in this very hard mode, it's actually a pretty sweet deal. Well, the other thing is you just have to max out your train lines, otherwise you have all sorts of other problems. I'm dragging around my mouse here because I wasn't 100% sure where I'm going to go next, but I think I just found the winner. And the winner is... I have money in the bank. I'm not currently owing any money. And I think I just found a candidate for a really, really good, profitable line that shouldn't shut down anytime soon. I haven't seen any of the cities change their demands, but I think that's going to happen soon at some point. But this is what we have. We have a forest. We have a tools factory. We have a sawmill. And, well, I think you know what I'm going to do here. There are many things that I can do here. There is a forest here that has a longer runway. Now, longer distances can be good because you get paid a little extra. And there's some formula and some calculation that somebody put on Reddit at some point. If you know what I'm talking about, put that in the comments below, please. But there is something about the frequency and distance that we can actually use here. I would like to use just trains. This distance is actually feeling like a really good distance for a train to run. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way I can use the full run to my advantage, because this distance is also good. So I could have a centralized location here for the sawmill. I could have a train line going all the way past the tools factory here, all the way back to the forest, but that's a really long distance running empty, but you effectively run full more than 50% of the time, because it would take boards back on the same train to the tools factory. That could actually work rather well. We could also distribute more of the, what do we call this? Planks? Yeah, planks. Planks to the two machine factories that we have sitting over here, but honestly, that will probably take away from the potential production over here. But we do have to remember that the production is 2 to 1. That's important. And I just have to determine if I want to come from this forest to the sawmill and then back to the tools factory, and maybe from this forest or from this forest. What do I want? I think I want to set up a really long line here. I'm happy that this is all in a really straight line, relatively speaking. I think we can even put a train station right here and do everything that we needed to do. I think that is that our best? That's the best we can do. Let's get the, ooh. I thought this was a much bigger difference. Over here we had 5 meters, good. Over here we had 9 meters, good. Over here we had 7 meters, good. Over here we are 11 meters. Wow, this is actually the high one, but we're gonna run full downhill, and that is better. This is what we're gonna do. Perfect. Cool. So let's not waste any time, because honestly, any of these industries could disappear at any moment. So I don't want to mess with it. And I think the best route to go is from Huntsville Forest 2 to Cape Coral to the Tools Factory back to Huntsville Forest 2, and then from Cape Coral Forest to the Cape Coral Sawmill. Yeah, I think that should be fine, because I do know at least 50% full makes money, and I can put a couple trains on this, so all of that should run really, really well. And then I already have the Huntsville transfer for the tools, so we actually be able to turn this whole thing on, that they don't disappear anymore. But paused anyways, because if any of these disappear, I have a problem, especially if the tools factory disappears. So let's get started. First, place this one 240 meters, because I want to run relatively long trains on this. You can do two things here. You could put it right next to the industry that you want to connect to, but usually it's on a slightly different height than if you just put it in the ground. So we're going to save a little bit of money that we're going to have to spend in road money. We want just a dirt road, 2,000. It's not very expensive, but you see this is going up pretty high, but now we're still connected, so that should be good. The next one, I see this line here already, goes through here, goes through here, has to connect to this guy. We're going to do something very similar, so we can stay relatively straight, but on this side, we want at least 2 platforms. 500,000, that is very, very expensive, but I'm going to allow it. Right there should be fine. Again, just some connection. We don't need anything fancy. We just need this to tentacle over to the sawmill. Sometimes I play it a little more realistic, if you can play it in this game, that it has to be right next to the factory, but today is not one of those days. Cool. Here, I'm not actually exactly sure how far I have to go out to be able to connect this, so let's just try this, because there is a mountain right here that if I don't have to go through there, I would prefer to avoid that. So, yeah, we're tricking the game here a little bit, but it's making it hard enough to make money as is, so I'm not going to be that upset about it. The problem with this guy is the platform that I need is on the right. The platform that I get is on the left. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go a super short track. Oh, good, it's connected there. I think there's a good chance that it will be connected on the other side as well. Street. Yes, over here. There you go, because I want to stay in this flat area. That's very important to me. Connected. Greedy. Beebo Joe was greedy. I think if we do this here, if you can't delete the piece that you want to delete, then you just have to put a little angle piece in there, so there's effectively a new node added. Oh, you. Now I'm just making it worse, aren't I? I'm just trying to squeeze this game for everything it can give me. There. I will take this. That's fine. It's a really ugly connection then. If anything happens to that road, it may do something really stupid, like disconnect for whatever reason. So let's just do this. Little curve, connection right here. Yeah, it's still white. As long as this is white and highlighted, it does exactly what we need. Now here, we're just going to reconfigure this to have the actual drop-off platform on the outside. Yes, we could use the inside, but that's not the way I'm going to play here. I didn't mean to remove that building there, but when you click too fast, or if you don't think about when you're clicking, then that happens sometimes. Double check again. Yep, still connected. Cool. It should be connected. Nothing really changed. You just have to make sure that it is. Otherwise, everything we're doing here is completely pointless. Great. Well, it's a game anyway, so what's the point? You may ask if you're a philosopher, but I am not. I am just people. I'm just playing the games. Cool. There's a platform. That looks good. That one we should be able to connect. It's going to be a little swan necky, but that's fine. Last station will be right here. Don't have to make it complicated. It's just going to be that guy, 240. Nice and long. And again, if you place it down here, it's probably going to be cheaper than placing it right where the industry is. In this case, 280 versus 230. That's a different willing to take. So let's line this up with something that isn't completely horrendous. I'm already going to do a road connection here, so may as well give it some straight. That was stupid. that was very stupid. I can only get part of the money back. Why was that stupid? I could have just backed it up a tiny bit more and, oh, you know, tentacle. Tentacle. There you go. That's what I want. I could have just backed it up this much more to the road and then it would have been fine, but I forgot about that. So here we are. Cool. No problems. No problems were had making this video. Great. Okay. Slight uphill. I'm going to allow that. Just a little more over here. And then slightly going downhill. I am very happy with that. And then we should be able to take a good turn there. Any money we can really save if we mess with the M and N buttons? Not really. 172, I think, was the baseline. So we're going to go with that. Yeah, I like it. Cool. Huntsville East, we don't need you anymore. That's fine. There's a road connection. We could use that, but if you interfere with my semi-pretty track, then I don't want you. 284. I am pretty okay with that price. I'm pretty okay with that price. I'm not okay with this. Let's see what we can do there. 40,000. Then you go down a little bit. Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be super extreme. I just want one quick hump. I don't want anything this crazy. I'm trying to save money here. Maybe there. Maybe there's appropriate enough. Can we do a little bit on the cash? 100,000. That feels doable. That feels doable. It makes a little hump, but I think it's quite all right. This one, 92,000. I think we're still pretty close to the money that I would have spent initially. So, well, now we're here. That's okay. I have to remember this is the side that the track has to be on. Very important. Can't do without it. And then this is the side where the track's going to be on. Nothing has changed. It's exactly the same. 80,000. I don't think we can make this much cheaper than that. 84,000. No, that's fine. That's fine. Dig into the ground just a tiny bit, just to keep everyone happy, and this should be fine. We do need a simple crossover here. Nothing too complicated. That looks good. And now we just have to connect to that guy, which realistically speaking is almost a straight shot. I don't mind 60,000, 61,000. I don't mind running this a little close to the road. I think sometimes it adds a little je ne sais quoi, but sometimes it just doesn't, so who knows? I probably don't. Get that in there, get this out here, 94,000. I think we have a pretty good shot at getting this one. A decent connection. 200,000 for that one. There's just one little hump in there. The thing is, we could save 20,000 on this one, but 20,000 is not a lot of money for a train line in this situation, because this length should make me a good amount of money. I'm going to double check right away. I don't want to mess with the passing tracks. I do understand that this is going to cost me a lot of money, and I think we could get around that extra cost if I just build a passing track probably close to the city there. But no, we're just going to go full out this time. We have a little money to spend. We have a good potential bank loan sitting just waiting for us to take out, so we should just make this work. I'll put these crossovers a little further away, just in case I miscalculate something with the train length, which I do very, very often. So it's just foreshadowing. Foreshadowing, that's all. So don't worry about that too much. You come out here. That looks good. You come in here. I like it. I like it. This could have been a tunnel, but it's not. So there's that. Now the last switch here. Just make it really nice and long, and then we go. Signals. One way, absolutely. Get that one there. That looks good. Good. All of these things right. I'm not even running the game right now because I am terrified of any of these factories shutting down when I need them the most. Hey, autosave. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wonderful. Sip of water. Yep, that's how I like it. Okay, on this one we can make it a little more interesting. We can put a signal in there and a signal out here. And probably a signal leaving. No, the trains won't be that close to each other. This is a cargo line, so generally you don't want your signals too close to each other because once a cargo train is moving, you would like to keep it moving. Yes, because it just takes a lot longer for a fully loaded cargo train to get up to speed again compared to a half-loaded passenger train. I think 8-9 million is about the price range that I want to spend here, at least for the first 2 trains that we get out. I have an idea of what we're going to do, but we'll see. With that one there, we're going to... I can't delete it right away, but hopefully pretty soon after getting started, I can delete it when this line setup is completely full. Let's get the lines going. Cape Coral. The first thing I have to do is name this one better. CC. So I remember what I call it for shorthand, and I probably haven't done this consistently already, so don't worry about that too much. Set this up as usual. I think you have all done this before, but I like it. In Cape Coral Transfer here, you can always allow the new feature of just pick any of the stations. That is fine. I wish there was a button that just says any, but that's okay. Then this is going to be Cape Coral Lumber Transfer. Beautiful. The second one, a little different. This train actually has to leave first. It's definitely not that one. This one is Cape Coral, that's the name. Fully loaded, max stop time forever. In Cape Coral Transfer here, you can again take either of the platforms. That's why we have a diamond in front of it. And you will be Cape Coral. I know it starts in Huntsville, but this is the important one. This is Lumber. Did I call it transfer before? Lumber tool, lumber supply. Because this one does a little more than just supply. So, lines are set up. Everyone's ready to go. We are in 1887, so there's only a limited amount of vehicles that I can choose. The thing that I care about the most is the power and the top speed. Our top speed right now for our cargo wagons is just 50. That's what they can do. Yes, there's a time, it may be pretty soon, where they upgrade, but we're not there yet. So the Mogul has a really good power, but it has way too much top speed, which means we will pay a lot more on maintenance than we have to. Looking at any of the others, this Class PV is the highest power after that, so I think we have to go with that one. There is this Class Farley, but it only goes 45 kilometers an hour. That is not... It's not sufficient. We need the 50 because we have a pretty long distance. This one says 64, but it saves us a lot of money. We could try this one. It's cheaper again, but I think this Class PV is really what we want. So let's get that one in there. The flat car with stake sides, just optimizing this for the weight. We get 7 tons, or seven pieces for 8 tons. Everything else is pretty much the same. Over here, we get 7 pieces for 10 tons, so it's a lot heavier, so which means you can pull less wagons. This one, if we upgrade this to 8, it will be 10 tons, so 7 would still be more than 8 tons of weight. Pretty close on this one, but not really. So we're just going to use this. We do know that we just built stations of a length of 240 meters. Still says mediocre. Kind of surprised by that. Flat and 720 meters. We are pretty flat. I do know that we can't go 240 meters right now. So if the stations turn out to be way too long, I will just adjust them. But 105 feels like a pretty good number. Let's go with that. 8.2 million for 2 trains because we have 2 lines set up here. That's a pretty good start, I'd say. I want the 2 lumber supply first so that you get out of the way. Then you can go on the lumber transfer. That sounds good. You can run this time forward just a little bit. I hope nothing is trying to shut down on me. There's a train. Actually, I don't want to. There's a train. It's beautiful. Yep, it's going to move and it's going to get all the lumber that we need. However, I may have to remove some of the default buildings that come on a station because they cost money. They have maintenance costs associated with it. That's not a good thing. We have to set up one more thing before I can say that we're done, which is just a tool run out here for this guy because, well, that's important. For that, we do need a road connection somewhere along here. 56,000, is that necessary? You can go for 20,000. There, that's good. We are going to move those signals. There you go. That looks fine. Let's get rid of this signal. Sometimes we have this problem where you go really close in and you can't really... Well, it's really hard sometimes to hit the signal alone. All you need to do is move out a little bit and then you can hover over the blue signal and it will let you do exactly what you want to do there, as you just saw. Wonderful. Plop a signal right here so that the trucks, if we want to call it that, can actually move there freely. Here's a question I have. Do I even want to take that road that I just added there? I have a feeling that I don't. If we do this and here, I'm turning around, that's not the problem. Now, I don't have a true connection here, but here's what I'm seeing. There's a big mountain here and a big swerve that I don't care for. We could connect everything right here. Oh, I don't want to connect it that way. If I connect it this way, I don't have any way to expand the platform if I have to. If I put it right here, we could expand it relatively easily for the foreseeable future. I think this is where I want you. I don't expect these trucks to make me a lot of money, but these trucks are necessary to keep this operation moving. So keep that in mind. 30,000 for this, that's not terrible. And then right in there, that is fine. Yeah, this road, we built that, we don't need it. But I'm okay with it. And then signals, put one here so you don't block me, put one here, same thing. I do understand that's right after the platform there, but that should be fine. Okay, $400,000 left. Get me the building that I need, a road depot, very good. Is there one around here? Nope. Okay, perfect. You can go here, and the thing is, once I turn this on, all I need is like 2 or 3 cargo vehicles in here that can actually haul this. It is true that the bigger ones make it, well, the money is jumping around already. I have to get this done before I let this run. But it is true that the later vehicles make more money and easier profit, but we're not in a stage yet where there's a huge difference. So I'll just take what we have available, what we can move. 555 for 4, cargo. This one seems to be the guy. Has a little bit of power, that looks good, but really they don't make a huge difference. I think there's some loading speed difference on some of these already that may be passenger related, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. How about you give me just 4 of these to start with, 130,000. Then we still have to build a station, sorry, a drop-off zone right here. There's so many little things to do that you have to take care of before you can actually run the show. But that is totally okay. I put you right here. I think I put you right there because it actually covers everything. The only thing, what is, that's your route. Yeah. I'm feeling that at some point maybe some vehicles are going to be blocked by this Huntsville station, but honestly, I'm hoping I can upgrade this to a real train station at some point too, so that shouldn't be so terrible. Anyways, click on station to add. There's number 1. Here is number 2. You definitely have to wait here until super full, otherwise this doesn't work very well. And we can actually run the time now because we already bought the trucks. This is Huntsville tool delivery. Yeah, pretty simple, right? Didn't expect that, did you? Get these 4 vehicles to Hun's tool delivery. That's the word. We have a tiny bit of money, but I did run this. Tiny bit of money, but I spent about 12 of it, so that is good or bad, depending how you feel about it. But that should make us some cash. There's wood already piling up over there. There should be some wood already be loaded up into this train, and this train is going to start moving soonish. We're half full. That's lovely. But yeah, at this point, it's just a matter of time, and then I can optimize the lines as much as we need to. At this point, let's just check the lines. 162. I like it. Why do I like it? Many reasons. 162 means I can add a few more wagons that will get me to 200. A 200 rate should be okay. I'm gonna check that this train actually reaches max speed. That is important because that's one factor in your ticket price. I don't know if you can see that, but let's see here. Running cost, age, value, capacity, weight, length. Is ticket price not in here anymore? It may be a thing of Transport Fever 1, but it's still a real thing. So we gotta keep that in mind. I don't see a ticket price in here right now. There's a value, but nothing else. That's okay. Loading speed, cute. It looked like it was parked there, but no, we just got a new factory coming in. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. We're just getting started. But yes, so the what am I saying? The ticket price. Yeah, the ticket price. Ticket price is important. 50. You're already full. Oh, you're already running at full speed. So we can, once we have some money, actually upgrade this to a much bigger train, because that's where your real money is. Once your trains are fully loaded, like as much as they can move, that's when you start making the cash, and that's what you want. So that's pretty good. But 105, we can add like, I don't know, 20 more. Oh, look, it already made a profit, and it was waiting for so long. By now, when it comes back here, we'll actually fill up pretty much full. Perfect. It's exactly what I want to see. But yes. Wow. Big going around all over the place. Did something happen? I heard a beep. Hope not. But we can make this rate 200 relatively easy. It's not complicated, which also means our frequency goes down to 4 minutes, and 4 minutes is the magic frequency number for a time frame. This is exactly what we want. We could probably get this to 802 minutes. No, 801 minute at that point. But that will probably be too fast for this forest to move. But we can also look at the transport. Right now, if it will continue telling us a quarter is being transported, we can just quadruple the train that we have on there right now. So this is actually a pretty good setup. I like it. Let's figure out the next one. The next one is the lumber supply over here, and I hope that you're going to take 105 planks from Cape Coral to Huntsville on average. That's good. Your rate is a lot lower and a lot slower. We don't like that. We don't like that at all, because this one, I can't just upgrade to get close to something that's a derivative of 400. So I probably have to... Well, what should we do here? Get this rate to 130, and then buy 3 trains of this, which is not great, but that will also help the frequency. But we can make this more profitable than it is right now. That's really the important piece. Should we check the first drop-off of tools. Yes, we should. There we go. Only half full. That's fine. Could be much worse, but drop it off. There you go. Made some money, 105,000. That is cute. Now you're going to go back, and by the time... probably have to let those bed in for about a year or two, and then you can actually see what the actual cash value is from all of these vehicles. I'm surprised to see that this guy already dropped off the second one, and this is what you'll have to do now. This is what I had to do in between episodes when you guys weren't watching. I mean, you could have, but you chose not to hang around. But this is what you have to do. You have to check your finances. Do you make enough money every year? And with this very hard setting, it took me this long to figure this out. So there you go. I mean, I don't know how long it takes you, but probably faster. Well, let's just go with you. I wanted to try way too many things before I just settled on this is the best thing to do anyways. But yeah, you just have to make sure that you make money, and we're already making money in the first year. Looks like 650 versus 1 million, so 350,000. 350,000, and we are not maxed out on the train length yet, and we're not maxed out on the frequency. So this one could be a $1 million moneymaker at some point. That is awesome. Now, how much can we accept here? This one right now will only allow us to deliver 200 units for planks. That is 400 units in logs, and that's not a bad thing. We just need more. So our consumption rate has to be increased, which also means our demand has to be increased on this tools factory. That's important. And as long as this is not at a decent stage, how are we doing here? 32 sitting there. I don't have money. But at some point we will have to add more capacity here by either adding more platforms or something else. Not terribly worried about that at this point, but we'll see how that goes. Wow. Wow, why? Because I see the blue number here. I did not expect a blue number before we get back to our drop-off zone, because this one is a longer run. So I expect you to make a little more money than the other tool line. Sorry, the other lumber line. See how much money you actually make when you get in here. And again, we have a lot more space to play with. 646,000. Ouchies. Finances. Okay. I think this is an interesting thing to look at. Because this train, or even, I guess, the whole line, if we look at this line, no, this is transport, go away. Finances. There you go. That's the one. If you go look at this line, per year, it transports less, so it makes less money every year. This line over here transports more and therefore makes more money. That's really all you have to care about. And I agree, that probably sounds like, yeah, that's totally, I mean, what else would it do, B-Bulger? What are you saying? I'm talking about this rate and this frequency itself is what will steer your actual profit. This one looks like it's going to get close to 1 million because it has that little extra hump there where it transports planks to the Huntsville, to the tools factory. Words, haha. But overall, it still transports a little less. This one transports more, so you make more money per year, and it's just better for you. And that's what you want. I will probably have to wait a little while until we have... Oh, there's someone just disappearing over there. Cool. We're in the next year there. We're in the next year here. And you just lost some money. You just lost some money. That is not good. So this is not a money maker every year. That's something we also have to understand with just one train. You make 510,000. So that's a pretty good chunk. Overall, it's still profitable, but it's not... It's not the end-all, be-all, or whatever you want to call this. This can bed in for a little while. This guy should... well, we need a little extra. I think I want to add more wagons to this guy right away, whenever we can. So, 100,000. Can someone drop off something, please? And this is really what you have to do now to make money. Just max out your trains. That's what you want, and then increase your frequency. Max out a frequency to an appropriate level until you are able to expand again. And once you have a couple of these, and I think we're getting to the stage now that we know trains are the best thing to do. Just continue doing that until, oh wow, I just got in there in time. You increase your money makers for a little while, so we're just going to increase more train routes for the near future, but we're going to try to set them up in a way that the factories don't disappear on you. You will just start making more and more money, and eventually the game is still going to get easy again. But I have to say, this hard start changes a lot of my normal behaviors in the early stage game, because it's not just enough to just max out factories anymore. It's not just enough to deliver anything to cities. It's not just enough to build bus routes between your cities, because they really don't make that much money anymore. Even train routes, passenger routes are not really a big crutch anymore. I want to see how much money you make before I click away here, because I do want to see our total balances going on. You make 578, so I added 2 cars. We had 510 before, so 68,000, 34,000 extra per car that we're making, and that's good, because that changes this number a lot and this number just a little. So it's generally worth it. That's what you want to do. Anyways, let's look at our money losers. This is actually not that bad. We have this regional express line. That's the three city connections. It's not doing great, but it generally makes some money every few years, and that is good. That's what you want. And other than that, we don't have big losers anymore. That is important. We have a bunch of big winners, and they're all trains. Well, who would have guessed that? So that's actually really nice. Thanks, autosave. I haven't had crashes yet, so I think I can turn the autosave down to every 10 minutes again, instead of every 5 minutes, but for right now, we're still in beta. We're not fully released yet, and, well, I haven't had a crash today. I just had a crash last time I recorded, but yeah, that feels good. No, overall, this is fine for now. What sucks now is that I do have this loan interest, and sometimes that will really bite into you, but it looks like we can make more than $500,000 every year, which means we can pay back a little bit every year, which is a good thing. We have some money to increase our profitability if we want to. I could probably buy 1 train if I really had to. I'm really happy that it reaches the 50 kilometers right away. That's very important and very good for us. Yeah, when you get in, you are worth almost 600,000. You're only 134,000 in the hole, which means you could make me about 500,000 every year. That's what this looks like. Cool. No, this is good. This is good stuff. Very good stuff. Ooh, both trains are coming in at the same time. Are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it? Okay. I wanted to take a screenshot that looks glorious, but yeah, not here. Not today. We do want to make sure that this is nice and speedy, and how about we write this one out on our way to wherever we're going. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Let's slow this down to a double. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I helped you a little bit. I think we have it figured out now. I'm not worried about going bankrupt anymore. I'm pretty sure that we can make this work. We do have to mess with the game mechanics a little bit, but I mean, trains are the answer. Who would have thought trains are the answer? That's the answer that I was looking for, that I wanted. Yeah, I want to try out a couple other things before I made up my mind on that, and here we are. Trains. Yes, I could save some money here for sure by not double tracking everything right away, but where's the fun in that? I want to be ready for the next train that I'm going to pull out, and I don't want to set up our double tracks then. So I'm actually tooting the horn there, but I don't think my sound is set up loud enough. I may have to redo this junction. Don't like when it bounces like that, but that's all right. Great. Thank you all so much for coming and watching, and yeah, I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.